Hi everyone, and welcome to my channel. I'm Nandini Devi, the Shakti Oracle, and today we're going to be talking about Shakti. I'm just so excited to share more. If you haven't seen my videos about Shaktism or the messages for empowerment from different forms of Shakti, please check those out. And also a link will be below, theshaktiOracle.com, where you can find out about my services and offerings to community. I am an intuitive counselor, a tarot reader, astrologer, and Reiki master and teacher. And I also perform Shakti Reiki, which is a type of Reiki that is infused with my Shakti worship. So please check out all the information. If you have any questions, you can email me. So I really felt like I needed to sit down and make a video today, and I wasn't even sure what it was going to be about, but I guess I will start by sharing how I came to the decision to sit down and make this video, which is that I was feeling really depressed. I was feeling really anxious. I was feeling like I've been really putting in the work, meditating, praying, showing up for myself, you know, going to my mentors, like getting mental health support, trying to fix not that word, fix. Let me reel it back in. Hold on a second. Who's that? I'm not trying to fix anybody or anything. Really trying to heal, really trying to support myself. And yet today I woke up and I was just like, what is going on? Is something missing? Am I doing things wrong? I don't understand what it is. And I didn't know what to do. I got out of bed. I was like, you know what? I've been in bed for hours. I'm going to go shower. And like in the shower, I actually pray in the shower. So sometimes I'll ask my guides to like cleanse me and clear me. And I felt my Shakti, Bhadrakali. And I just was like, are you there? You know? And I just started weeping. Which is really a good indication that my guides are around, and especially Shakti. I think Bhadrakali, she is a motherly figure to me, and she is very caring and loving and supportive of me. So, you know, when she shows up, I feel like I can finally let go. You know, even right now, oh my God, like, I feel so much. Like, it's like, I'm sorry. It's that, if you're carrying a lot, right? If you're carrying a lot of stuff, right? Like you're really dealing with a lot in your life. You just gone through a lot. It's a difficult relationship. You know, you've been through narcissistic abuse. You have PTSD, CPTSD. You've been sexually assaulted or violated in some way. You know, you've just had a hard, rough go at it, you know, financial issues, like just difficulty after difficulty. It can feel like nothing can move this, like nothing can help you, nothing can get that energy off of you, you know, like that it's just gonna pile on and pile on and pile on, and you just can't like catch a break, you know. And there's a lot of symptoms that start to arise, like self-pity or denial and other coping mechanisms that we gain for survival, right? Like if we start really sitting with everything that we've experienced, it could trigger us to the point of not really wanting to do very much, and we have jobs or kids or partners or friendships to tend to, and like art to create and lives to live, pets to take care of, all the things. So we go into states of denial to essentially survive. And also self-pity, where we can go into these like long drawn out experiences of like woe is me, my life sucks. And there is a sector of healing that is totally involved in victimhood. Like I do believe that there is a time for us to really sit and acknowledge that we've gone through a lot, you know, that we've experienced a lot in this life, and we deserve to acknowledge what those things are in a safe space, in a co-created space, whether that's counseling or therapy with your spiritual mentor, in a support group. Yes, you can go ahead and unpack these things and look at them and just try to really come back to your truth, which is that you are capable of healing and moving forward. And this will take some time and some truth seeing and truth seeking. And that's where Shakti worship comes in for me. And I want to put some disclaimers out there in terms of you know, some things that I've seen online regarding like don't go in this direction, don't worship Kali, you know, stuff like that. And I've seen even Sadhguru, who is like a really famous guru on YouTube. He's internet famous out here. And you know, I've seen a video, you know, about like Kali isn't a feminist icon, and there's like these brown men being like, don't worship Kali, and then there's like white women all over the place garbed out in like new age wear being like Om Shakti, and I'm like, what is going on? What am I looking at? Is this like what am I seeing? Because something's confusing here. Something's really confusing me, you know. What is all this? So this is my opinion. This is my input in that world of interpretations on what's going on with Kali worship. First, I want to shout out where I'm at. Okay, I'm standing on Muncie Lenape land, also known as Brooklyn, New York, and my family is Indo-Caribbean. I'll say actually West Indian, because Indo-Caribbean kind of locks everybody into being from India. I don't really know if that's real or not, because when I did the DNA test, not everybody was from India. So want to bring that in. There's Dravidian lineages that went into the Caribbean. So Dravidian people are directly connected to Kali worship and the Aman goddess worship and Tamil heritage. Yeah, so I just want to throw that out there. And I have ancestors from South Asia, of course, that's what I named. And I just want to make sure that I'm calling in all my guides, all my ancestors, to make sure I'm staying in alignment with the truth in a mutually healing way. So I just want to name that right now when I'm speaking, because I know I have my own thoughts and frustrations with what I see on the internet, and that's not what this is about. This is about my experience of the truth with Kali. Number one is, I really truly in my heart don't believe that Kali chooses a person based on gender or sexuality or race to help, to assist. I think that her energy, her reach, her power is so infinite, so wide, and so capable that she really can assist anyone, anytime, anywhere that that may need it. Now, the thing is that help from the tantric deities, the Mahavidyas, it's not personal. Like, there's a layer of this that has nothing to do with you being a chosen one or anything like that. To be helped means that you're able to show up in the world in a way that is collective healing. So you're no longer engaging in activity or dynamics that will be harmful to other people or yourself, and you're going to be living, you know, in a higher truth, a higher existence of your humanity, right? So you're not going to ascend into being a god or anything, but you're going to live more mindfully. Okay, so that's where that layer of Kali coming in and showing up for people that are, you know, are privileged in some sense, whether privileged by being white or privileged by being financially in some bracket or by being a cis man or anything like that. There's a level of that, right? And I just want to get that out of the way so everyone knows, yes, Kali comes to everybody. She's not discriminatory on that. Now, there's other layers of working with Kali and connecting to Kali. And it's important for all of us to acknowledge what layer of that we fit into, because it helps us, and I will say it helps me to validate where I'm at, to acknowledge what I'm going through. Okay, so that goes back to the denial part. That goes back to the self-pity. When I acknowledge my relationship with Kali, I'm stepping out of denial, because she's literally a deity of truth. And I'm also stepping out of self-pity, because then I'm like, oh, I'm actually being helped by like a divine force. Okay, and these things are super important in healing our energy systems. Okay, so you can go get all the Reiki you want. You can go journal it to your heart's content. You could be in psychotherapy for the next 30 years. But like, if you can't step out of those frameworks at least a little bit to like see truth and embody it, things will stay latched on an energetic level, and they will threaten to come back over and over again in cycles. So Kali works a lot with releasing cycles, releasing these things. Now we're gonna go into a little more of a layer here, a little different of a layer. Now, this is for those of you that have been connecting to Kali for a long time and that are part of the South Asian diaspora. I'm speaking specifically to South Asian diaspora. If you're connecting to Kali and you feel like something is going on with you, you know, like internally, let's say, you know, you might be having some feelings. Maybe you feel a little wild. Maybe you feel a little angry. Maybe you feel like something's going on. You don't know what's going on. You're rattled. Don't try to suppress it. Live it out through dance, through meditation, through singing, through creativity, because you may be chosen to be a vessel, okay, to carry the power of our ancestors. And Kali is one of our ancestors. She's an ancestor of our lineages. She's an ancestor of this practice. And this may not resonate for everybody. So just because you're from South Asia, don't come here being like, oh my God, no, I don't do that, blah, blah. That's fine. You don't have to do that. There are a lot of people that are walking around with Shakti just flying up all over the place inside, not knowing what's going on with you. You might feel like you're having a psychosis. And of course, I will say this, disclaimer, and I'm going to put this out there. There's a mental plane to every spiritual experience. So yes, you could have BPD, anxiety, depression, PTSD. You could have, you know, you could have bipolar disorder. You could have all these things. That's true. It doesn't stop being true. But there's another perspective and place where we can talk about it. So there's a different language and a different approach. It's not wrong or bad. And in actuality, processing things in a spiritual plane, guess where you get back to? Your physical place, your mental health, your emotional health. All of it starts to come into play. In spiritual communities where there's spiritual bypassing and people aren't talking about, you know, serious mental illness and talking about physical, you know, disease, it's unsafe. It's unsafe and it's not trauma informed, okay? So there's that. And so I want to make that very clear. What I'm saying right now does not mean that you could solve all your problems through healing just through Kali, because I don't want to say that to you. If that's something that you feel for yourself, I can be there through that journey with you and hear you and trust you. If that's true for you, because it can be, okay? If you've read the book, Path of the Practice by Maya Tiwari, she's a West Indian woman of South Asian descent, and she had an awakening where she connected to her ancestors through Kali. Kali came to her and healed her of her cancer. So the testimony is there, okay? The reality of her truth, her existence is real. That's her path. That was what she was designated for her. Now you want to go down that path. It is a path of deep practice. Your whole entire life must align with this. And it's not just like, oh, I'm going to pray every day and then it's gone. Like, there's a lot of direction that we are given by Kali to do these things. And the direction starts to come from within. So now I want to talk about Kali Shakti and embodying Kali Shakti and why the erasure of, you know, South Asian and Indo-Caribbean or West Indian practices is harmful on the internet. Looking up videos and finding like white women like channeling Shakti and messages about that. And I have a video about that. You can check it out. It's called, I forget what the name of it is right now. I'm sorry. But there's a video on there about the erasure of our practices. Now, the thing is that, and remember to like and subscribe right now, because you know what? You could be helping to end erasure by letting this video be seen. Okay? Shout outs. All right? The thing is that when we, as vessels of Kali, start to really channel her, it happens through possession. Like, we are literally possessed by her, and we are internally possessed. It's not like sometimes some energy jumps into your body. It's an energy sometimes awakened within you as well, and it's a very mysterious experience. So whether it's coming from the ground, whether it's coming from the sky, whether it's coming from within, you will hear different things in different temples, different lineages. People say Kali jumps in. People say Kali comes up from the ground into your feet and through your body. People say that she's already in there and she just wakes up in your tailbone, in your Kundalini Shakti, right? And the experience that I've had, so I'll speak to my own experience, is that Kali came first to me in my mind. She spoke to me as messages on direction, what to do. And that's just where she showed up. She came up in my brain and she was like, do my mantra. And I was like, you know, at the time of my life, I was just like really intoxicated all the time. I was going through a lot of difficult situations. I was coping with alcohol. Like, I was really having a hard time. My life was in shambles. I didn't have stable housing. You know, I was just in total disarray in my family and friendships, and just like in a cycle of hurt, but like pretending I was just partying really hard. And she just was like, do my mantra. And I did her mantra. And I remember the very powerful things that started to happen. She would just sneak into my thoughts. Oh, why didn't you get this picture of me? I felt like it was my own voice. Like, of course I want this badass picture, like, of this goddess, this Hindu goddess, like stepping on this dude. That's how I saw it then. That was my lens. And, you know, if you watch my videos, you know, now I don't talk about Shiva as though he were some guy, because we all know that Shiva is an entire consciousness and not some man. Yeah, there was a lot of ways that she just kind of like came in there, and that grew, it became a practice, it became a connection, it became a relationship. I developed a relationship with this energy, this voice, and it became more and more so that my body started to be able to take on the energy entirely. Okay, and my body started to integrate through really powerful experiences that happened in my home, in temple, while intoxicated. You know, she was relentless in finding me, because what I know about Kali is that she's my ancestor, and she will work relentlessly to get me to heal and to be safe and to be taken care of. And she will teach me how to ask for that more. She will teach me how to love myself, care for myself, embody my truth, and help me to walk myself out of difficult situations and into healing ones, out of the relationships that don't serve me and into better ones, out of dynamics, out of substance use, out of financial debt, out of everything that does not serve me, that is not in my awareness, my abundance, and my truth. And she'll walk me towards what I need. You know, she'll walk me towards housing stability. She'll walk me towards being of service to others. And she does that relentlessly, okay? So I really want to say that if you are connecting with Kali, to be mindful of the lineages of her practice, to be mindful of the vessels, the bodies who are imprinted with her Shakti, and also to all of us to stay open-minded to what Shakti may look like, what Kali may look like, and not to immediately demonize or, you know, label her as something to not be trusted or something evil or wrong or bad, because her experience is an experience of releasing struggle. And as we embody her, we move away from that. And it's layers, you know, so you're not gonna like immediately become like an ascended, healed being, but you do grow in your awareness. Jai Mata Di.